Good morning, everyone. It is day 7 of our Northeast trip, and I am out here in Lake Placid, New York, where the fall colors have seemed to reach their peak. There is bright leaves everywhere you look. There's beautiful hills here. You got the lakes, you've got the Olympic Museum. There is a lot going on. There's some beautiful riding. We got some great tips from a local last night. So we're gonna stick around the area a little bit, get something to eat, do some riding. I think there's a castle at the top of a mountain. We're definitely gonna try to hit that. And then looks like I'm gonna break off from the group. We're gonna start going our separate ways. I might just stay here in Lake Placid. I don't know. It's a beautiful place to be. I don't think one day's gonna do it for me. We'll see how it goes. I got a buddy in Pavilion, New York. His name's Christopher. Definitely gonna have to meet up with him at some point. So absolutely looking forward to that. When I stay at the hotels, you know I take my coffee to go, so I got her filled on up. We're gonna roll into town, get some hot food, probably get some better coffee than this, I'm hoping, at least, and then get to riding and see these beautiful fall colors. Just made it to Whiteface Mountain, about 4,600 feet where we parked the bikes, and now we are walking down this long corridor to the elevator that takes us to the summit. Let's check it out. Good morning, everyone. It is a great day to be alive. I am in Lake Placid, New York, where I stayed another night, and my friends Chad and Crystal and Charlie, well, they kept riding south and they are bound for home today. So the Northeast group trip is over, but that doesn't mean that mine has to be. I just couldn't leave Lake Placid without seeing all the history that is here. And the history comes from the fact that the 1932 and the 1980 Winter Olympics were held right here in Lake Placid, New York. It is a life goal of mine to go to the Winter Olympics, and I will absolutely do it. And when I do, you'll see it on this channel. But until then, this is a pretty close second, so I'm really excited to see everything that's here. I'm gonna see the museum, the arenas, the speed skating oval is right behind me. There's a jump site right down the way. I can't leave till I see it all. I originally planned to meet up with my friend Christopher today, but he's not on a tight schedule, neither am I. I'm not leaving Lake Placid till I see it all. So maybe I'll stay another night, who knows? We'll find out as we go. You know I don't plan things. With that being said, I know there's a lot to see here. It's gonna take some time, so let's get inside, get right to it. That was a video of the Lake Placid bobsled run, which you can actually ride in late December and early January. Me, my sister, and my cousins rode the one out in Park City, Utah, and we had a blast. Maybe we'll come back in December and ride this one. Who knows? The only issue is we won't be able to take the bike. Lake Placid, New York, February 22nd, 1980. Right here, and now Hoevenburg Arena, the masses filled it to capacity and then some as Team USA, made up of amateur college players, faced off against the highly talented and favored Soviets in the semifinals of the 1980 Winter Olympics. With Cold War tensions still high, Team USA took the ice as the underdogs and spent most of the game behind. In the third period, with exactly 10 minutes to play, Mikey Rosione put the puck in the back of the net, giving the US a 4-3 lead. In the final 10 minutes of the game, the Soviets attacked ferociously as they scrambled to score. With 10 seconds to go, the crowd counted down the clock, and in the final seconds, announcer Al Michaels said, "Do you believe in miracles?" Team USA would go on to beat Finland 4-2 and take home the gold medal. And it all happened right here.
The clock winds down.
Will you let them out? Gets tipped by Ramsey. McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Now I'm headed to the Mount Van Hoevenburg location to take the legacy tour of the facility and the bobsled track.
want to have that chin about an inch off the ice. So you're only
An inch off the ice. Okay.
So yep. So you're only keep your face down and look up through your eyebrows.
Okay.
So you're like straining till so it hurts up through your eyebrows, and then you're looking peripherally over here towards me to see the edge of the track.
Oh, they're watching. Wow.
So you get peripheral glances and a few glances up through your eyebrows, but in a curve, there's no way that you can fight that G-force.
I just finished up a tour and I am walking along the track. This track was built in 2000 and it's a combined track, so that means it's good for bobsled, skeleton, and luge. That last entrance you saw was for ladies luge and two-man luge. During my tour guide spoke of the state of New York investing nearly $1 billion at this location, Mount Van Hoevenburg, and the surrounding Olympic locations as well. They also hosted events with upwards of 10,000 people, all things that are similar to what has been done in the past at locations wanting to hold the Winter Olympics. So who knows, they might have to redesign this in the future and add a new number. Good morning, everyone. It is another beautiful day in Lake Placid, New York. I've really been enjoying my time here, but today is my final day. I have a few things left to see, and then I'm headed west to my friend Christopher's place. Before I head out, I'm gonna see the Olympic jumping complex where I'm at currently, then make my way over to Mount Van Hoevenburg, ride the sky coaster. Let's do it. Just a quick drive from the Olympic jumping complex, and I am back at Mount Van Hoevenburg to ride the Cliffside Coaster. The Cliffside Coaster is North America's largest mountain coaster. Let's check it out. I just got off the Cliffside Coaster, and that track you saw on the left was the original 1932 mile-and-a-half bobsled track. It didn't quite seem like the longest or the fastest one I've ever been on, Last year I went on one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee with some friends from Chicago. That was a lot of fun. Seemed like a little bit more fun experience to me, but I still enjoyed this one nonetheless. But now we gotta head out of Lake Placid, roll on to Pavilion, New York, meet up with my buddy Chris. It is time to wrap up the Lake Placid adventure. On the very first day, I was with Chad, Crystal, and Charlie, and we had a good time there in Lake Placid, got something to eat, and we went to the Whiteface Mountain, rode up it, beautiful views, and then we rode as far as we could and took the elevator to the top. The elevator was actually put in at request of FDR when he was the governor of New York, and just so everybody could experience the beautiful views at the top. And there was a lot of them, you know, 360 views on Whiteface Mountain of the beautiful fall colors, the lake there, incredible. Really enjoyed that. Went back down and hung out for a little bit with them, said our goodbyes, and they were on to the Finger Lakes area and then home from there. And you know, I wasn't done with Lake Placid. So I ended up rolling into town. I had to finish doing a little editing and put out a later video, or an earlier video, I'm sorry. And stayed in a hotel that night actually. And then the next day was straight to the museum. And I was really looking forward to the museum, and it was just really amazing to be there. You know, I love Olympics. I love the Winter Olympics especially. So be there with all the artifacts, the torches. I thought that was really cool to see all the torches from all the Olympics. And I actually held a torch. I didn't put that in here, but I held one of the 1980 torches. That was a cool experience. And you know, all the artifacts from the Miracle on Ice, the net, the sideboard from the original rink. I watched an 11-minute video there on the Miracle on Ice. Actually watched it twice, and that was really interesting. Enjoyed that as well. And then checked out the arena. And you know, things have obviously changed since 1980 in the arena, and it looks nice, it really does, but you're still there. It's still the same arena. That's where it happened, and it was really cool to be there. Kind of a, you know, one of a kind experiences. And I was there to say I've been there. But that was amazing. Checked out the 1932 arena, which there's no ice on right now. Looked to be in decent shape, but it was just a real small arena. Interesting nonetheless. And from there we were on to Mount Van Hoevenburg, and I took the Legacy Tour, which was a part of my pass that I was wearing the whole time. Gets you into all these different areas at a reasonable cost. And enjoyed the tour. That was that track where I was on the skeleton. That was the push start track where just all the athletes, they train, refine their skills on push start and the bobsled, the luge, the skeleton, all right there. That's just strictly training on starts. And then we rode a bus to the top of the bobsled track, which was really cool, and walked down it. Obviously no ice yet, but a lot of history there. Really cool just walking the bobsled track, taking it in, showing, like, she showed us where all the different cameramen sit, and just a really interesting experience. And those huge turns, just getting a perspective, you know, of real life, what they look like, which was amazing. And that capped off that day. I stayed in a campground nearby. Nothing to brag about there, but got the job done. And the next day, the final day, I started off at the jumping complex. The jumping complex was cool as well. Not really a whole lot there per se for me to see and do. It didn't take too long, but you know, rode the Skyway tram to the top, and again, beautiful views. Just, there's beautiful views everywhere, honestly. But cool to get a perspective of what the jumpers have when they first start. And from there, I just went back down and went to Mount Hoevenburg once again to ride the cliffside coaster. And I brought you guys with on the GoPro. Don't tell them about that. But anyway, enjoyed the cliffside coaster. Those things are always fun. That one in Tennessee that I talked about was honestly more fun than that one, but they're all pretty fun. And just the experience of doing it in general, I had to do it. And enjoyed myself. So that wrapped up Lake Placid for me. I was bound for Pavilion, New York to see my buddy Christopher, but that was just a great experience. Lake Placid was one of my favorite places as far as like interesting things to see. I didn't do a whole lot of riding, but you know, we don't got to ride all the time. You got to see the cool stuff. So I got to give a huge thanks to Chad. He planned this trip, brought me to all these amazing places, and planned the routes, planned the hotels. We ate at some great places. Huge shout out to Chad and Crystal, and Charlie. Enjoyed hanging out with all of them. We had a blast. Definitely looking forward to more trips with them here in the future. Not sure when that'll be, but when it happens, you guys are gonna see it. So that is gonna do it for this video. This is a little bit longer video, but this has turned out to be one of my favorites, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Really appreciate all the likes, comments, support, everything that you guys are doing. And I'm pumping out videos as fast as I can. Got a lot going on, a little behind, but no big deal, we'll get there. Anyway, I will see you all on the next video. Thanks for watching.